to sign new players and bolster that squad. Someone that we're hearing is their next target is a name that we're familiar with as well. Jules Kounde from Sevilla. Is he the top target for Chelsea? What are you hearing?
You know what? They've been after Kounde for so long, going back to last year. I think clearly he's in the mix. The reason they were attracted to him in the first place is that he's seen as ideal playing in a back three. He's not the tallest defender, but he's very, very mobile. So I would imagine that would be one of the first things they try to get done. They couldn't get it done last year for a variety of reasons. I think at this point they've cleared salary space with Rudiger going, with Christensen going. So I think at that stage, that's going to be something that they're going to want to do.
And I mean, just talking about Kounde, Robbo, of course, earlier on in La Liga season, I got to go to Sevilla, got to speak to the president of Sevilla. He spoke a lot about the rumors surrounding Kounde and said how happy he was that they managed to keep on to him because he's such a quality player. He's someone they want to hold on to. What do you think of him as a player and how he probably might fit at Chelsea?
Well, Gab's just said it. He's the modern-day defender. If you play with a back three, he's not the biggest player, but he's got pace. He's got good spring as well, so when balls are crossed to the far post, he can still defend those. When he makes interceptions, he can still go forward and carry on his run and build up the play. He's good on the ball, quite calm on the ball. He's got a feisty side to him as well. He's not frightened to get stuck into tackles, which he might have to curb if he came to the Premier League.
Like a Stevie Nicol?
A little bit like a Stevie Nicol. Better looking than Stevie Nicol. But anyway.
Oh, I didn't say it's Stevie.
But in terms of a right-sided centre-half, he's an excellent player. And it means that they can play the right player at right wing-back.
Is he someone that Chelsea need now?
Well, I think inevitably they're down two center backs in Christensen and Rudiger. We don't know the future of Azpilicueta. Thiago Silva's sticking around another season, but he's not getting any younger. He's phenomenal as he is. He's going to be 36, 37. They like Chalobah. They've got other players they sent out on loan, players that they have buyback clauses on. But I think you need to start thinking of the Chelsea defense of the future. It's very important to Tuchel. So I think he's just a crucial building block.
Bringing up front now, talking about some attacking players at Chelsea. We do know they have a lot of names that I think we all got excited about when they were signed, and then now looking back at it, maybe not have had the impact that we expected them to have. Robbo, which of their attacking players do you think are better being let go?
Well, there's none of them that I would say have done particularly well. We've talked about Kai Havertz. I think he's not really a centre forward. I think he's a number 10. He can drift into games, but I don't think he's a dominant centre forward. Timo Werner, over the couple of years he's been at the club, just hasn't done enough. He's not made enough runs in behind. He looks though he's lost a bit of pace. He's lost confidence, that's for sure. And he hasn't made good decisions.
Headspace now.
Yeah, he might be for a couple of games, but he hasn't played well enough over the period. And of course, the player that I thought would be the leading goal scorer last season, Lukaku, whether it hasn't been the right formation or tactics for him, because at Inter he was absolutely magnificent and he touched the ball so many times. At Chelsea, it hasn't quite worked out. But Tuchel's got to work with him and make him that player again that he was at Inter.
He's been tinkering with his front three all season long, right? I mean, though the one guy who's sure to be there is Mason Mount, and then it's been about finding the right partner. I think they have a lot of players that just don't fit his system. If he's committed, and I wouldn't take this as read, by the way. He hasn't always played a back three.
No,
he could opt for a back four. I mean, especially in the past, it's like his base formation. Then maybe you start thinking about wingers coming into play. Maybe Callum Hudson-Odoi, maybe Pulisic is better in a wide area in a 4-3-3. Maybe there's other opportunities there. But if he's going to keep some variation of this system with Mount and two other guys, then some of these people simply are square pegs in round holes. Whether it's Ziyech, who's a phenomenal footballer, whether it's Pulisic, whether it's Hudson-Odoi, it's difficult for these guys.
And going to Ziyech, he's a player that I feel a bit sorry for. I saw him in a couple of cup games when he played almost like the Mahrez role for Man City, playing out on the right-hand side. He delivered pass after pass, cross after cross in the box. He was by far and away their best player, but the next time they changed to a back three, he's out the side.
Well, in terms of Timo Werner, though, because that seems to be the top name on everyone's list, Gav's already giving me the eyes. No, I'm just asking, because when Thomas Tuchel came in, everyone thought it was a match made in heaven. Everyone thought that this is a man to get the best out of Timo Werner. He's surprised that it's not happened.
But on what basis? I mean, I've read so many things like, because the German-speaking players will respond better.
Yeah.
Tuchel. They all speak English. What is this nonsense? I mean, look,
I think culturally understand each other, maybe.
If you can get,
it's like you get on with the Italian journalists because you're part Italian. There we are.
He never worked with Timo Werner before.
Yeah.
And on paper, if you get the Leipzig Timo Werner, of course it's going to be, who wouldn't want that, right? But for whatever reason, it's been 2 years. he's had issues. He's on a big salary, so I think he's difficult to shift as well.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.